Hi students, intermediate, second year, English medium. Dear students, we are discussing the industrial sector. So in the industrial sector, the discussing topic is Industrial Policy Resolution 1956. So the first industrial policy resolution was implemented by the government of India in 1948. So after completion of the industrial policy resolution, we are not successful completed, or we are not success of implementation of 1948 industrial policy resolution. The main aim of the 1948 industrial resolution means 1948 industrial resolution means to establishment of number of industries, to establish number of industries, getting profits of these industries and establishment and నెక్స్ట్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ ఆల్సో. ఈ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ అన్ని స్టార్ట్ చేసి వచ్చిన లాభాలతో ప్రాఫిట్స్తో మళ్ళీ ఇండస్ట్రీ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలనుకున్నారు. ఇది మెయిన్ ఎయిమ్. ఫస్ట్ ఇండస్ట్రీ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి. ఇండస్ట్రీస్ అన్ని స్టార్ట్ చేశారు, ప్రాఫిట్స్ వస్తాయి. ఆ వచ్చిన ప్రాఫిట్స్తో ఏం చేయొచ్చు, వచ్చిన ప్రాఫిట్స్తో ఏం చేయాలి, ఇవి ప్రాఫిట్స్ అనుకుందాం. వచ్చిన ప్రాఫిట్స్ తోటి నెక్స్ట్ మళ్ళీ ఇండస్ట్రీ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి అని అనుకున్నాను. బట్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఇంప్లిమెంటింగ్ ద ఇండస్ట్రియల్ పాలసీ రెజల్యూషన్ 1948, the industries are not getting the profits. Industries are not getting the profits. Only the industries are incurring losses. So what to do? Our aim is to establishment of number of industries. The industries which are getting the more profits are also reinvestment on industries, and again and again the number of industries are planned to establish. But there is no profits of industrial, and most of the industries are industrial sickness and industrial losses, due to the government of India has introduced the or announced the second industrial policy resolution. Industrial, what is the position of the industries? What is the policy resolution? Resolution means policy. So industrial policy resolution 1956. So first of all, this is the what I say 1948 industrial resolution. The four types of industries are divided, but the industries are and reorganized into these types. Classification of industries means classification of industries. But in the 1956 April 30, the 1956 policy industrial resolution was announced in April 30. So in the 1956 industrial policy resolution, one is classification of industries. Simple. Scheduled A, Scheduled B, Scheduled C. The industries are totally divided into three categories. One is Scheduled A industries. It is come under the Scheduled A. It is 17 industries. The defense industries, arms and animation industries, the atomic energy industries, and the key industries come under the total Scheduled A. And moreover, the industrial policy resolution 1956 is a socialistic pattern. Already I discussed in the previous resolution. So two sectors are there. One is private sector plus public sector. Two sectors are there. And which sector we have to give the more priority? Means if we give the more priority to private sectors, there will be selfish of private investors, and there is no useful of the government, useful of the people. So that's why the government should provide more and more concentration on public sector or government sector. Here the most priority is socialistic pattern. The industries are organized by, in India is a socialistic pattern. Socialistic means it is totally organized by the government sector. It is totally industries which are organized, which are going to establish, which are they are totally organized by the government sector. That is a socialistic pattern. So here one is 17 industries are come under the government sector, and the Scheduled B industries, the key industries also, the 12 industries also come under the government sector. Scheduled A 17 industries, Schedule B 12 industries, the maximum 99% of industries are go and control under the government sector. But the waste industries and least industries and remaining industries, Schedule C, remaining industries, the industries which are left by the Schedule A, Schedule B, the remaining industries are come under the C sector. C means it is a useless sectors. Okay, so this is the classification of industrial industries according to the Industrial Policy Resolution 1956. That is the first one. Second one is assistance to private sector. Observe here, there is no priority to a private sector. Why? Because the most of the industries are come under the government sector only. No priority of private sector. So that's why the main importance of assistance to private sector, the people who are come forward to establishment of industries, the government should provide more and more assistance facilities. Assistance means great facilities, supporting facilities. So this is also one of the feature of 1956 Industrial Policy Resolution. Assistance means credit facilities, loan facilities, information facilities, assistance to private sector. So the main aim is the public sector. Main aim is the socialistic pattern. But the private sector is also needs to develop. So that's why assistance to private sector. Second, next to expand to role of cottage and the small scale industries. Yes, this is the most important. The most of the villages are there, most of the rural areas are there. There is no employment opportunities. When we provide more and more employment opportunities, when we provide more and more small scale industries and cottage industries, then automatically it is possible to establishment of number of employment opportunities. But who can ready to establishment of industries in rural areas? No, no one, never, because it's the lack of infrastructure facilities. Due to the government should provide more and more small scale industries in rural areas and more cottage industries in rural areas and handicrafts industries in rural areas. Then only there is a possible to establishment of employment opportunities. The industrial productivity will be also increases. So this purpose, the government of India has introduced the expand role of cottage industries and small scale industries. Cottage means house industries. Small scale, for example, handloom, weavers. The weavers are, it is a cottage industry. And handloom, what do you say, handicraft industries. And the making of pot and making of small goods, isn't it? So these are all the role of cottage industry and the small scale industries, because in this sector given a more priority to expanded role of cottage and small scale industries. Then balance regional growth among the various regions. Yes, this is mostly important. Why? Because when the government establishment of number of industries in only one area, the remaining area will be underdeveloped. So that's why what to government to do means the industries which are ready to establishment in India, there is no regional imbalances. The regional balance to be need. For example, what is there? All areas, all the regions, the small scale and the cottage industries to be established. Then only it is a balanced industrial growth among the various regions. For example, the government is there. Suppose this area, if the establishment of number of cottage and the small scale industries in this area only, this area will be developed. The remaining area will be underdeveloped. So there is a imbalance in between regional development. Due to what to do the government means balance industrial growth to achieve the balanced regional development, balanced industrial development among the various regions. The all regions, the industries, the regions which are underdeveloped, so the government should provide more and more small and the cottage industries to avoid the regional imbalances. So this is also one of the cause or feature of 1956 Industrial Policy Resolution. Then role of foreign capital. Yes, this is also mostly important. Suppose if you want to develop in industrially, we need to the foreign sector, we need to the foreign investment. So how can we get the foreign exchange? By promoting the exports. So when we promote more and more export, automatically we can get the foreign exchange. When we get the more foreign exchange, it is possible to import the foreign goods or industrial goods. Okay, so that's why it is to be need a role of foreign capital to be need, and moreover the foreign capital is also needs to establishment of a number of industries. Okay, now so when we establishment of number of industries, automatically it is a possible to provision of number of employment opportunities. So it is required for foreign capital to establishment of industries. Then development of managerial and the technical cordless. Yes, the most of the investors are there, most of the technical cordless are there, technical experts. Cordless means technical experts are there, and managerial skills persons are there. So development of managerials, the people who are come forward to establishment of small scale cottage and the small scale industry. So that's to be government should be support. Okay, the people who are the technically experts should be promote and encourage to the industrial development. So this is also one of the basic feature of industrial policy resolution 1956. That is a development of managerial. Management is organized now. The government should promote, the government should provide the assistance facilities, the government should be encourage the people who forward to establishment of industries. Okay, so development of managerial and technical cordless, and incentive to the laborers. So the labor to be incentive, and incentive to be give to the laborers, to encourage the laborers and to cooperate the laborers and to provide the more and more facilities to the labor. Then only we can get the more the effective work from the labor. So these are the industrial policy resolution features. So the first industrial policy resolution 1948 was maximum. It is not implemented not properly. Even though we are not getting a proper result, the 1956 industrial resolution also not giving the proper result. So students, this is the way of the presentation of 1956 industrial policy resolution. Thank you.